there's a level of effortless health that feels almost unfair. You see someone who eats rice, noodles, even desserts, and they stay lean, calm, balanced. Meanwhile, you count every calorie, sacrifice every craving, and somehow end up right back where you started. Here's the truth that stings. 95% of diets fail in the long run. Not because you lack willpower, but because your biology is designed to fight you. Yet, there's one country that quietly bypasses this biological trap. No extreme diets, no gym obsession. Still, one of the lowest obesity rates in the developed world. Today, we're decoding the invisible system behind this. A way of living that doesn't shrink your freedom, but reshapes your environment so your health becomes almost automatic. Because once you see how Japan eats, moves, and thinks about food, you'll realize you were never the problem. The system was. Imagine this paradox. Japan eats rice and noodles daily, but has an obesity rate under 5%. The US sits near 40%. Same species, same basic biology. So what's going on? It's not genetics, not work ethic. Definitely not gyms. Only about 3% of Japanese adults even have a gym membership. The secret isn't discipline, it's design. A quiet cultural architecture that aligns psychology and physiology so that staying slim is simply what happens when you live a certain way. You don't need to fight your appetite. You just need to stop living in a world that constantly triggers it. Chapter 1. The training begins early. Meet Aya, 10 years old, primary school in Osaka. Every day at noon, the bell rings, and she helps her classmates set the tables. There's rice, miso soup, fish, vegetables, planned by a nutritionist, made fresh that morning. No vending machines, no kids' menus, just real food. This early design matters more than anyone thinks. In psychology, taste isn't a matter of preference, it's training. The foods you eat repeatedly become the baseline for what normal tastes like. If you grow up craving real flavors, you don't have to unlearn addiction later. Your biology is already on your side. Meanwhile, halfway around the world, millions of school children grow up on tater tots, nuggets, chocolate milk. Their taste buds get wired for sweetness, salt, and fat. The system sells profit, not nutrition, and the brain follows the money. Taste becomes identity, and identity is hard to change, unless, of course, your system changes first. Chapter 2. The Power of Environment. Kenji works in Tokyo. Between meetings, he rushes to a convenience store, one of thousands across the city. Bento boxes line the shelves, grilled salmon with rice, seaweed salads, tofu, soup. Fast food, yes, but not junk. Japan doesn't rely on willpower, it relies on visibility. Psychologists call it environmental design, the subtle fact that your surroundings shape 80% of your choices without you ever deciding. In Japan, healthy food isn't a special effort. It's the path of least resistance. You don't have to resist temptation when the temptation itself disappears. Compare that with a Western gas station. Chips, candy bars, soda. The environment decides before you know a choice was made. Chapter 3. The Rule of 80%. At dinner, Aya's grandmother repeats an old saying, Hara hachibu, eat until you are 80% full. It's more than a rule. It's philosophy, almost sacred. Meals come as many small dishes, rice, soup, pickles, vegetables, fish. The table looks full, but portions are modest. There's visual satisfaction and psychological closure, even before the stomach catches up. Modern psychology calls this the unit bias. We feel done not when the body is full, but when the plate is empty. In Japan, Smaller plates mean fewer calories without the pain of eating less. Satisfaction isn't about quantity, it's about completion. And that's something the mind, not the body, decides. Chapter 4. The Sugar Gap. Here's something else the numbers reveal. The average Japanese person consumes about half as much sugar as the average American, and still finds dessert beautiful, indulgent, complete. Sugary drinks come in small cans, not giant bottles. Cakes are delicate, not drowned in frosting. The pleasure comes from balance, not excess. Neuroscience explains why it works. When you reduce sugar for a few weeks, your taste receptors recalibrate. Sweetness starts tasting sweeter again. You reset your baseline. You don't lose pleasure, you just stop needing as much of it. Chapter 5. Rhythm over restriction. Take a look at the clock in a Japanese office at lunchtime. It's predictable. Meals are eaten at roughly the same times each day. Breakfast before 9, lunch by 1, dinner before 8. That rhythm is more powerful than any diet plan. Our bodies follow patterns, circadian rhythms that regulate hunger hormones and digestion. When eating becomes erratic, the hormonal system panics, pushing you to grab whatever's nearby. Predictability is the quiet twin of discipline. You don't need to be strong. You just need rhythm. Chapter 6. The Movement Without a Gym. Here's the twist. The Japanese aren't fit by Western standards. They simply live differently. They walk to trains, climb stairs, carry groceries. Movement is embedded into the design of cities, commutes, and homes. Scientists call this non-exercise activity thermogenesis, the small, constant movement that keeps metabolism steady. It burns hundreds of calories without creating the fatigue or burden that comes from forced workouts. Fitness isn't separate from life. It is life, multiplied across moments too small to notice. Chapter 7. The Ritual of Eating. Watch a group of Japanese colleagues during lunch. No one scrolls through phones. No one eats while walking down a street. There's silence, conversation, focus. The meal itself becomes a brief return to presence. Psychologists call this mindful eating, but in Japan, it's just etiquette. It turns food into a moment of gratitude, not distraction. And when your attention returns to the meal, your body can finally register fullness and satisfaction. What you eat matters, but how you eat may matter more. Chapter 8. The Mental Reframing. If we zoom out, every habit we've seen, smaller plates, balanced portions, calm rhythm, comes from the same source: respect. A quiet respect for the body and its signals. In Japan, food isn't something to win against. There's no war with hunger, no pride in starvation. The saying "itadakimasu," said before every meal, literally means, "I humbly receive." It expresses gratitude to everything that made the meal possible: people, nature, effort. That small bow to life kills the urge to overconsume. When food is sacred, excess feels absurd. The body doesn't heal through punishment. It heals through respect. Chapter 9. The Lesson Beneath the Surface. 9 months later, our first character, Aya, has moved to Tokyo, now in high school. Between classes, the temptation of Western snacks creeps in. She tastes them, of course, but something strange has shifted. They taste too sweet, too heavy, almost foreign. That's the system in action. Environment, culture, and repetition have carved identity. She doesn't try to stay healthy. She simply is. And that's the final paradox. The Japanese system doesn't make people slim because they work harder. It keeps them slim because they never have to start the fight at all. Maybe you've spent years thinking health is a battle between you and your body. It's not. It's a dialogue between you and your environment. In a world designed for overconsumption, staying lean feels like swimming upstream. But when your surroundings change, even slightly, effort fades. Japan didn't out-diet the world, it out-designed it. And the real secret is, the transformation isn't about eating differently, it's about seeing differently. Because once you change how you see food, control stops being a burden. It becomes your nature. It's not about trying harder, it's about living in a way that doesn't need trying at all.